Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is a pre-market webinar for the morning of Monday, the 9th of December. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right. Okay, ES. Hasn't really changed much from last night. We've still got a 60-minute sell signal fixed on ES, and we've got one on NQ, and if we didn't already have one, another one would have fixed here. On RTY, which was the most bearish last week, we're still forming what looks an awful lot like a bull flag. These don't always break up, of course, but usually they do. Reckon about 70% of them break up. Sometimes they turn out to be a topping pattern, and I've got a good example of that today, actually. But it's not that one. YM, we've got a potential topping pattern here. It's a nice looking double top. We do have a weak 60-minute buy signal fixed. That managed to avoid failing yesterday, but came pretty close. DAX, we've got a 60-minute sell signal fixed, and we've been made a succession of higher highs on increasing negative divergence. I'm wondering whether that might actually make a target today, and we had a 60-minute sell signal fixed on the STX. So just note, we've got ES, NQ, DAX and STX with sell signals fixed. I don't know if they'll deliver anything. This has been a very strong grind up. But what I would say is we've got a nice looking, it's very small, but I mean, even at this size, this is top to bottom. If this went down and this broke 60.75 and made target, this would get us down to the 60.40 to 45 area. And I think it could do that. We're holding the weekly pivot at the moment at 60.82, but I'm wondering if this negative divergence might actually finally play out today. NQ, we don't have an obvious topping pattern. YM, we do have an obvious topping pattern. We've got this double top, which is starting to break down. We will see. All right, let's have a look at the bigger picture charts. All right, looking at SPX, I would say I found this simply lovely resistance trend line yesterday. Doesn't mean it's going to deliver, but it is very, very nice. And we've got RSI 14 sell signal fixed, or I haven't got that noted in, but I've got the arrow there, and I've got an RSI 14 sell signal fixed and an RSI 5 sell signal fixed on the hourly chart. This is a nice looking setup. I don't know if it will deliver a great deal, but certainly we've got plenty of negative divergence. It wouldn't take an awful lot to play it out, and I'm wondering if we might finally see that today. Looking at the daily chart, obviously we've been kicking around just under the daily upper band. Bigger picture, I've got targets above, and this one particularly, that's shown on the weekly chart probably, in about the 62.25 to 62.50 area. I'm really wondering about, but I don't know if we got time to reach that before Christmas. But I am thinking we might reach that in January or February and make a significant high there. We will see. All right, looking at the Qs, tiny bit of negative divergence. We are hitting some trendline resistance here, and I am wondering if that might deliver. Again, it's a pretty nice trend line. So we will see. And we've got a possible on the hourly chart, a possible RSI 14 sell signal brewing. On the 15-minute chart, we've got an RSI 14 sell signal fixed again. You can see we're going through the trend line very slightly, but only very slightly. That could be a bearish overthrow potentially. I'm not really looking for much downside before Christmas, but I am just pointing out the possibilities. On Dire, we've actually got a daily RSI 5 sell signal fixed. It's the only one, but we've got this nice looking little double top. We've got an RSI 14 sell signal fixed on the hourly chart as well. Nice looking little double top set up here. That could play out. It wouldn't deliver an awful lot, but it might provide a pleasant change of pace. All right, let's have a look at the IWM chart. IWM, no current divergence. This has been the weakest last week, so we've actually come pretty close to a back test of the daily middle band, which the others have got nowhere near to. So on the hourly chart, no current divergence, because of course the trend has been rather different. Does this look like a bull flag forming? It does, yes. Not quite as nice as the one on RTY, but still pretty decent. On DAX, DAX has gone higher and has gone through an obvious resistance trend line here, so this could be a bearish overthrow, but I do have another one up significantly higher, and this has been a significant break higher. And actually got over a couple of pretty decent looking longer term trend lines, which run all the way back to 2009. On Nikkei, we've made a little progress. We're back over the daily middle band and the 50 DMA and the 200 DMA. So we've got those slightly below. We will see how those go. But I'm quite liking a move up from here. and we'll see whether we get that into Christmas. All right, let's have a look at the DX chart. All right, DX, week 60-minute buy signal is fixed. Could this look any more like a bull flag falling wedge? Not really. No. So I'm leaning towards this seeing a break up and breaking up into the 107.7 area. ZB is crawling towards the target here, which is in the 121, 24 to 26 area, and not seeing anything currently suggest it isn't going to make it. CL, we are consolidating sideways, and we have been really for a couple of months. So we will see, but this comes from a breakdown from a triangle which has a target at 63.57. I'm not seeing any reason to think that won't make it. NG, seen a bit of a break up over the declining resistance here. Bigger picture, we're actually in a seasonal downtrend into April, and we may be forming inverted head and shoulders with a ideal right shoulder low in the 1.95 area. Over this seasonal downtrend period, it's not going to be as big as the rolls upwards during the winter period, but this will be declining 40 cents just on the rolls. So that will get us some of the way, but obviously we'll need to see significant further declines if we're going to get down near 2. All right, GC. GC, we're actually seeing some signs of life today. This might still be a bear flag forming, but definitely signs of life going back over the monthly pivot. I was saying on the bigger picture yesterday that I was wondering whether this double bottom was going to fail, but we've broken up from it, and at the moment that looks pretty nice. We've got a target in about 33.9 to 34 area, and on HG, which has been forming a very nice looking bear flag, but I did comment on the bigger picture yesterday that sometimes these turn out to be the bottoming patterns. I think that's happened here. This is broken up, so the flag target on a breakup is in about the 4.42 area. And I'm not seeing any reason to think it won't make it. We've got a nice looking setup here on the metals today, but I am wondering about this bull flag on DX, suggesting that we're going to see a retest of this high here in the 107.7 area. If that plays out, then that will put some pressure on metals. So we will see. All right, let's have a look at the currencies. Currencies not really giving us an awful lot at the moment. I'm quite liking the breakup prospects on the Australian dollar. But I am wondering whether these might all go lower. And we've got a nice looking little double bottom set up. Not quite perfect, but not bad on NZ. KC went back and retested the high. I was saying I thought this might be the second high of a double top, and at the moment it's looked as though it might be the second high of a double top. We've got a 60-minute sell signal fix, going to see how far that gets and whether it can get us back below the weekly pivot at 317.33. Looking at SB, still in the very long consolidation. So CC, this has gone over wedge resistance. I was wondering, it wasn't a bad trend line. I was wondering whether that might provide resistance. This could be a bearish overthrow, or we could just be breaking up straight through it. Looking at the CT chart, still kind of looks like a bull flag forming. On ZW, a nice looking double bottom. 60-minute buy signals reached possible near miss target now. On corn, looks like a flag that has broken up. If so, we should see a retest of this high here in the 447.5 area. So we'll see. On soy, beautiful bear flag channel here too. Again, that could be a bottoming pattern, but that is leaning towards seeing a retest this low here at 975. On lumber, this is looking less like a bull flag forming and more like a head and shoulders, which is formed and broken down. I'm going to draw in the lines for that today, but the target would be in about the 545 area. Looking at live cattle, still leaning towards this delivering a retest this high here in due course and about the 190.4 area, but at the moment heading in the other direction. Lean hogs looks like a bull flag forming. All right, great. Let's have a quick look at questions and have a quick review of equities. Yeah, my pleasure as always, Michael. It's anyway, equities. We've got a lot of negative divergence here. We've got sell signals fixed on ES, NQ, DAX, and ESTX. We've also had a lot of very, very, very grinding up days with very few retracements. I'm wondering if we might have enough to see a retracement here. On the SPX hourly chart, we've got a little RSI 14 sell signal fixed and an RSI 5 sell signal fixed. We've got a potential little level top here, which while it is small, would have, if we saw a sustained breakback below 60.75, which was the low on Friday, I think, then this would have a target in about the 60.35 to 60.40 area. I think we could do that. It actually wouldn't be a big move on the great scheme of things, but we've got a little YM double top as well, which is trying to break down. I am wondering whether we might make those today, but we will see. All right, great. Well, my pleasure as always. I will see you guys tomorrow.